In this insight, we're going to take a look at Jack Nicklaus's release. Now, Jack Nicklaus described, or has a famous quote where he says, "You can't release the club too soon in the downswing." Now, if you investigate it, you'll find the Golf Digest article where he said this, and the second half of that statement is, as long as you get into your left side and as long as you're releasing from inside the target line. So a lot of players will interpret this in different ways. Let's take a look from the down the line and see what he may mean, because I've heard people say you should just throw your hands from the top, and I want you to see that if we look at Jack Nicklaus's transition, you can see that there's a pretty pronounced shallowing move. Anyone who has a little bit more of that right flying elbow is going to have a little bit more of that shallowing move in order to get the arms or the club between his arms on the downswing. And he discussed this as one of his checkpoints in that article. So you'll see that most people would interpret the release as either rotating the arms to the left, casting, or ulnar deviating. But you'll see that during his transition, he's not doing any of that. So the question then becomes, well, what exactly did he mean? Does he feel it earlier than it's actually happening? Or in his mind, is this position here over on the right still pretty close to what he determines the top of the swing? Like maybe his brain is not really registering that he's started down until right about here. Because you'll see through the ball, there's a pretty good timing and there's a pretty aggressive straightening of that right arm as his arms extend and he gets into a really good bracing position. From this target line view, we can get a really good look at what the left arm does. So you can see that the wrist of the left hand is fairly vertical here, and you can see the pit of the elbow is kind of pointing a little bit more down towards the ground, and then as he plants that left leg and gets into that left side, you'll see that left arm really start to shallow out. And you'll see he comes in on a beautiful delivery angle, gets into a great delivery position, and then you can see the timing of when his arms extend. Now, a lot of golfers who tend to release early or cast or have an upper body dominant pattern and tend to extend those arms too soon, what happens is if they try to keep the arms bent, it makes it feel very athletic. What Jack is demonstrating is if you look at his pelvis, if you look at his back, you can see that his body is just leading his arms until the arms kind of get triggered to release by the bracing move. So if you're struggling with your arms getting active too soon, or if you've just misinterpreted Jack's quote, or if you think you have a different interpretation, I wanted to present a couple good videos on Jack where you can see that he's clearly demonstrating a lot of the shallow movements that we talk about in our program and the timing that we discuss in the Zora loops. So if you have any questions about this video or any other videos on the site, please don't hesitate to contact us and we will help you clear it up.